Hello, assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammad al-Fatih al-Khatim wa ala alihi haqdam daladim. Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, all praises are due to the Almighty Allah, the Lord of the universe, the most beneficent, the most merciful, the straight path, the path of those whom you have favored, neither of those who have incurred your wrath. O Allah, O Allah, maintain your prayers persistently upon our Chief and Master Muhammad, the key to that which is closed, the seal to that which is past, the upholder of the truth by means of truth, the proper guide to your straight path, upon his family according to his eminence and his great honor. Assalamu alaikum once again. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm back on my series of lectures on the topic reflection on the verses of the Holy Qur'an. If you can remember, in the last session, we were still discussing the verse of righteousness. That is the verse 176 of the chapter Surah Al-Baqarah. That is, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ليس البر أن تولوا وجوهكم قبل المشرق والمغرب ولكن البر من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وآتى المال على حبه ذوي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وابن السبيل والسائلين في الركاب وأقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة والموفون بعهدهم إذا عاهدوا والصابرين بالبأساء والضراء وحين البأس أولئك الذين أولئك المتقون صدق الله العظيم. One may wonder why we have taken so much time discussing this verse, because the verse is all inclusive, all encompassing. It includes everything righteousness and excludes everything impious. In fact, on every single characteristic mentioned in the verse, a chapter was revealed. For example, let's analyze this in the light of chapters that were revealed to define the characteristics conveyed in this verse. For example, وَلَكِنَّ الْبِرَّ or وَلَكِنَّ الْبِرُّ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ. Righteousness is defined only within the context of the characteristics of a person within the context of the behavior of a person who believes in the Almighty Allah. Man amana. So amana, the person who believes in the Almighty Allah. A whole chapter consisted of over 100 verses was revealed to provide a proper definition of who a believer is. Can you imagine? And the belief alone is not enough to define who is righteous person. In addition to being a believer, he needs other laudable characteristics. آمن بالله واليوم الآخر والملائكة والكتاب والنبيين وآتى المال على حبه. You may have a believer, perhaps, that is niggardly, that it may be very difficult for him to spend his money, yet he is still a believer. The Almighty Allah says, وَآتَى الْمَالَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ. And when you look at the opposite characteristic of a believer, that is an unbeliever, a chapter was equally revealed to tell us who is an unbeliever. Or rather, a chapter was revealed to address a congregation of unbelievers. That is Surah Al-Kafirun. In the same way, Surah Al-Mu'minun was revealed to tell us who a believer is, so was Surah Al-Kafirun was revealed to address the unbelievers and their defining features. ولكن البر من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر والملائكة والكتاب والنبيين. All these are articles of belief. He who believes in the Almighty Allah, the last day, the angelic kingdom, wal malaikati, wal kitabi, as well as all the scriptures of the Almighty Allah, one nabi'in, and the entire prophets, peace be upon them, sent by the Almighty Allah, with no discrimination to any of them. If one discriminates against a single prophet and refuses to believe in him, then it is tantamount to disbelieving in all. If you disbelieve in one prophet, you don't have to bother yourself believing in any of them, because it is as good as disbelieving in all. One nabi'in wa atal mal ala hubbi. And so is the case with the angels. If you believe in some of the angels and disbelieve in any of them, then it is good as disbelieving in all. That is why when some people claim to hate Angel Gabriel, the Almighty Allah told them unequivocally that كل من كان عدوا لجبريل فإنه نزله على قلبك بإذن الله مصدقا لما بين يديه وهدى وبشرى للمؤمنين. من كان عدوا لله وملائكته ورسله وجبريل وميكائيل فإن الله عدو للكافرين. O Prophet of God, tell them that whoever happened to be an enemy of Angel Gabriel, let him know Angel Gabriel is the one singularly charged with the responsibility of bringing down the Holy Qur'an to you. He is in charge of conveying the message of the Holy Qur'an to your heart. Nazzalahu ala qalbika. In fact, he consistently brings down the revelation to your heart. Or open your heart. Ala qalbika. Open your heart. By the permission of Allah. Musaddiqan lima bayna yadayhi. The Holy Quran comes as a confirmation of the preceding scriptures. Musaddiqan lima bayna yadayhi. Wahudan as a guidance. Wabushra lil mu'min as a glad tidings for the believers. All these were mentioned to tell us the significance of Angel Gabriel and the divine assignment he was undertaking. فإنه نزله على قلبك بإذن الله مصدقا لما بين يديه وهدى وبشرى للمؤمنين. His primary job was to convey the revelation of the Holy Quran down up in the heart of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is in charge of bringing the revelation to the heart of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then the subsequent verse to this one said, Man kana aduwwan lillahi. The enemy of Gabriel, the enemy of Angel Gabriel, should know that he is as good as the enemy of Allah. Whoever happens to be the enemy of Angel Gabriel, let him know that he is an enemy not only to Angel Gabriel, but to the Almighty Allah, wa malaikati, and the entire angelic kingdom, the entire kingdom of angels, wa kutubihi, wa malaikati wa rusulihi, and he is equally an enemy to the congregation of apostles, that is both the angelic apostles and the mortal ones. Because we have angelic apostles, apostles that were sent, angels that were sent down as apostles, like Gabriel and co. Then mortal apostles, that is prophets that were appointed apostles, Rusul, wa Rusulihi, wa Jibrila, and specifically Angel Gabriel, wa Mikaela, and Angel Michael. They let him know that for inna Allah aduwwul lil kafirin. The Almighty Allah is equally an enemy to the unbelievers. So, wal malaikati wal kitabi wal nabiyyin wa atal mal ala hubbihi zawil qurba. He who spends his money or gives out his money by way of charity, despite the fact that he loves the money, he needs the money so badly, yet he spends that money despite the love he has for the money. He spends it. He spends it out on zawil qurba, relatives, poor relatives, wal yatama, as well as orphans, wal masakin, and destitutes. Wabn sabil, and the wayfarers, wasa'ilina wa firriqab, beggars as well as those in need of redemption. He spends money in order to redeem slaves from slavery, for them to buy their freedom. In another chapter he said, فَلَكْتَهَمَ الْعَقَبَةِ وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةِ فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ. Why shouldn't he penetrate the rock? Why shouldn't he penetrate the rock? Why shouldn't he pave way through the rock? فَلَكْتَهَمَ الْعَقَبَةِ. Of course, this challenge is scientifically, embraced, because we have seen pathways being created through the rocks. But we need to understand the rock here is psychological in nature, or rather is metaphorical rock, not physical rock. فَلَكْتَهَمَ الْعَقَبَةِ. Why won't he pave way through the rock? That is why the subsequent verse said, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةِ. What makes you know what is meant by Aqaba here? To buy a slave man and set him free. Like, sai ta rolin ka gani yadda ke nuna yana sai bayan option biyu.